Hey, 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 welcome to our first Saturday Night Live. My name's lisalyle, and very, very warm welcome to you, all of you who are coming across this video whenever you do. We're live now. I'm not sure where we're going to go. There are a few places, and I'm really just hoping this Saturday night connection is one that supports one another to continue to grow spiritually. And so I'm here for you. And if anyone's here and you want to engage, please do. So I think where we're going to start is with our Palo Santo. Where is that? Okay, just one sec. Oh, there it is. There it is. So, how's everyone doing? It is February the 1st. We're almost at Groundhog Day, February 2nd, in bulk, the midway point between the solstice and the equinox. Balance. So, how are you feeling? Are you feeling balanced in your day-to-day experience? Okay. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind. So, yay, there's someone here. Who's with me? Oh, hey, Creatrix, how's it going? Happy Saturday night. Welcome to the first ever Saturday Night Live. I just got home from work about half an hour or so ago, and we're looking for some more consistency on the channel and to support growth. So I'm good. How are you? Lots going on. If we thought 2024 was a decade, January of 2025 has been a heck of a year, hasn't it? And it's flown by. It's flown by. Can you believe it? And I'm really guided to say in this moment, it's like we are the building blocks, waking up. And it's like we wake up a little bit more and more each day with our willingness and our courage to come out and play. Yes, it is. And it's the energy is intense. And so the truth is, to the question, how are you? Let's get to the heart of the matter. We are all, I trust, like myself, you are being guided to really hold your space, to really be responsible in the energy that you bring to the day to day. And for some of us, January, where 2024, we were slaying those dragons, right? As we moved into and through January, it's like we were given opportunities, like we may have been a bit triggered and a wound was exposed that perhaps we thought or felt that we had moved beyond. And so if we were triggered or a wound was exposed, and the wound in my personal experience that's coming up, there's a few things. There's my own projections out into the world. It's other people's projections back at us. And all we're responsible for is harnessing our energy, like really being responsible for what we bring to the table. And perhaps, I know I have recently had to move through um, from the wound to support little Lisa to feel safe, to heal that wound, to keep showing up as authentically with humility under the unconditional umbrella or embrace of love and God's grace, Creator's grace in our lives. And it's just about us holding space for ourselves at this time, because the world's gone like batshit wacky. Um, and yet, it's to be expected, because if you look at how wacky, let's say, the world has become, how much more peace do you have within the experience of the day to day? And that's really what it's about. And it's about doing, the inner work and showing up for ourselves in a way that supports us to feel balanced, supports us to really be that higher frequency. It's really funny. Most days I go to work and I've got the radio blaring in the car, and I'm just, dancing, singing along, having a cartoons dance party on the way to work. And today there was something really different. First of all, after a beautiful sunny morning, all of a sudden these lines started appearing in the sky right under the sun. It was like the beautiful sun and a line in the sky. And I don't know about you. I know that personally, physically, there is an effect on my vessel on the days when there's lots of lines in the sky. Like it's a spiritual battle, right? And so it feels like we're really being called to the front line of our experience. So I did this silent ride on the way to work today, and really just focused on some deep belly breathing. And just, there were a couple times like the the habitual part of the ride I wanted to reach out and put the radio on, and it was like, no, you know what, I'm just really enjoying the silence. And two beautiful hawks, and it was nice to go into the workspace today from a different place. And so I guess really ultimately what I'm guided to share here, it's like currently we are being called for the next 6 weeks. So we came into this year, we came into the Gregorian calendar year. We're still wrapping up the 2024. At the beginning of the year, it was Wolf, reminding us to flow, that mirror energy. Wolf is still present, and now Snake has come in, and Snake is encouraging us to transform, to change, to shed that skin. Otherwise, to not shed the skin is to like die a little more inside. And we're not here for that. We are here for the thrive. And this is where we begin to step in. And so it feels like the next 6 weeks, until the birth of the true year at the equinox, we're cleaning up. The days are getting longer here. So there's that, I guess, optimism in the air. We're at the midway point of winter here. So it feels like the next 6 to 7 weeks, it's radical self-care, and it's the shedding of the skin, and it's the healing, and healing with grace, and perhaps offering yourself some grace and forgiveness, gentleness. That's what There's an interactive message that'll be coming out in the next, I'm not sure, in the next, within the next week, that was recorded today. And a lot of what was coming up was about not allowing our situations and our wounds to still, like, we don't want them to hang around going forward. And so if they're presenting for us now, it's for great purpose, right? It's to help us. Oh, that's it. I need light because there's no way I'm going to be able to read. So this was a card that was highlighted in the interactive. It wasn't an interactive. It was a collective message that was recorded today. And it's passion for purpose. And it's from this deck. And the message here, and I thought it was really sweet. Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and joy and say nothing. Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. And so it does feel like a little bit of a retreat right now. And perhaps going through the next 6 weeks or so, pockets of radical self-care. And maybe that means going silent for a few days, just enjoying the silence, because it's within the silence that we can hear the voice of our soul, the whispers of the soul and of the child within. Okay, so anyone who's here and would like a card pulled, let me know. I have a couple of decks here. I'm going to pull some cards here for all of us from a deck I created back in 2012, 2013, something like that. Everyday Wisdom. Yeah. And I feel like those of us who really feel like we're here as, a seed of change, one here to do the work, roll up our sleeves, take accountability, walk with an ever deepening love for ourself and the beautiful child of light that we are. And there's great value in the path of the healer. The healer doesn't come here to heal anyone else. The healer here comes to heal through their own experience. And as a result, and as a beautiful byproduct, if we're lucky and if that's our calling, we get to be of service. And regardless of whether we're of service, like having a YouTube channel or doing whatever we do, we're serving just by the inner work that we do, the healing of ourself. And, this is so beautiful. 21. And I was saying how I went to work quiet today with no music. They're saying the bottom card as well, so I'll take that. But I came home and I had music on. And I believe it was GNR, November Rain, that was the first song I heard. But this is really beautiful to me. It's the number 21, the world. Like, we're shedding the skin so we can go back and really, it's like, let our journey begin again. Because all past, present, future, all merges now within our experience. And the merging is the individual experience of the alignment of the Trinity coming together in the experience. So music is healing. And, music is healing for the soul. And so is dancing and shaking. And then we've got the numbers. So pay attention to the recurring number patterns you're seeing. 777, that's like a lucky energy. Excuse me. That's a lucky energy. And that was the message that was coming through as I was driving to work in the silence, breathing and really doing active, like with sound exhalations, breathing, exhaling with sound. And each breath, it was just the nervous system was calming down, right? Like, not that it was amped up, it was just different. And so it feels like we're being asked to do things differently and show up in different ways for ourselves. And numerology is a tool for us to use. Like, we're in this universal 9, we got 21. That's my, that's a big number for me. Yeah. And those of you who know, and it's also, 12, 21, 12, 12, 21, 12, this kind of stuff, or that number sequence. I used to just see it as 3, 3. So I would add it and it would be 6. And it was about the Trinity within. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know really what's going on. I kind of do. I don't. And these days I'm really called to draw back from that, bring the focus here to the YouTube channel, the inner work that, I still have to do and I still do on a daily basis. And that's where it's important for us to focus our attention, because, energy flows where attention goes. And so we are powerful. And the message that was coming through when I was doing this breathing on the way to work was like, this is the time to harness your solar power. There has never been a more fortunate or opportune hour to really stand up and show up for yourselves. And do not allow yourselves to be hardened any longer by the experience, because the whole healing is about a softening. Think of the whole transformation is about the softening. Think of the caterpillar, through to the butterfly, and the transformation that, happens in that process. And this is where we are. And yet we're not going to the goop. We're shedding the skin. We're shedding the skin to, allow the child to begin again. And we're not crazy. We're not crazy. And we're not alone. So let's get a couple of affirmation cards. We'll do 2, 2, 2 tonight. 2 cards from each deck. I listen with love to my body's messages. If you don't, who will? And our pain, our physical pain, when we follow, like when we take the journey of tuning into our body and addressing physical pain we may be carrying, it always leads us, when we allow and work with our breath, to the hidden emotional. What's under the physical pain is emotional pain that has been suppressed or rejected or, pushed back, hasn't yet been addressed. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Yes, 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 yes. All of it. Oh. So here's, and these are the Louise Hay affirmation cards. And it says, my body is always working toward optimal health. My body wants to be whole and healthy. Our bodies are whole, right? And we have to accept ourselves where we are and then take action, loving action towards supporting our bodies to feel less pain, supporting our bodies to feel stronger. So that was the message I was getting on the way home. is because when on my last birthday, I'm like, by the time I'm 60, I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. And so today, as I was driving home, that kind of popped in like, how's that working out for you, Lisa? By the time you're 60. So what's going to happen? Someone's just going to come and do it for you? No, it's about, taking the action towards the goal. And it's a day by day, journey. I cooperate and become healthy, whole, and complete. We already are healthy, whole, and complete. And this says, life mirrors my every thought. As I keep my thoughts positive, life brings to me only good experiences. And you know what? Life wouldn't be life if it was only good experiences, right? It's about facing life on life's terms. And, this is about our solar plexus coming online, our inner fire. And, I love that this shows below that. To me, I'm seeing this now as here, the solar plexus, and this is all below the earth. So we have the sacral, the root, and the earth star chakra. And that's the perfect visual, actually, because that's what we are here to do. And this is because there's a lot of energy going on, and we don't necessarily have to be tuned into the news or anything to feel it. Like, as an empath, as one who is here walking the healing path, we're feeling it. And particularly through our connection to the earth, because it's through the earth that we're all connected. And it's also to the earth that we go for healing and support, particularly those of us who have walked the solitary for the most part, the hermit, like the hero's journey is what I'm hearing. So, solar plexus coming online. And again, look at that. So it's like once we get grounded and once we address our own emotional waters, right? The stuff that's underneath. Once we address that and we face it, release it, we heal, we grow, we, amend our behavior accordingly. And the love that we radiate grows. Our power grows. We gain more confidence in ourselves because we've shown up for ourselves as only we can. Hey, hi, Lolly. Welcome. I hope that you feel welcome here and that something here resonates with you. And this is your first of many visits. My name's Lisa. So, it feels like by doing this, showing up the next 6 weeks until we get to the birth of the true year, spring. Hi, yay. It feels like this is when we're really being called to not be selfish, but call our energy back into, the present, because the eternal is always present. And we are the ones here that are, oh, that's right. Today also, because I was doing the breathing on the way to work, because after I saw the lines in the sky, I was getting a little bit anxious. That kind of stuff, like I said, affects me physically. And it's affecting all of us, and I just wish everyone saw what I saw instead of like the pretty sunset. Anyways, a part of the reason I didn't put the music on to go to work today and just was guided to breathe is because physically I was feeling a lot of aches and, different just aches and pains, age, and not really like a ton of activity. Not that I'm inactive. I just don't work out. I don't do strength training anymore. And I ought to. It's a really good thing. light body activation was coming on. And so as we're going through these intense shifts, the moon was beautiful in the sky tonight. I hope you got to see it wherever you are. I'm here in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and there has been for a very long time, right? Back in the day, we were watching like bunnies hop by in the clouds, and we'd see a little dog running through the clouds or whatever we saw. These days, all I see is lines in the sky. And yeah, deception before our very eyes, before our disbelieving eyes. And yet everything is hidden in plain sight. So, yeah, where are you ladies from? So yeah, light body. That's the light body coming online. So honoring ourselves, and we may feel a need to really um, totally change at our own pace our dietary habits, what we ingest, what we bring into our experience. And you'll only know what's right for you, what you're being called to change. But the changes you're being called to make that are in support of you feeling better, do them. Do them without delay. Without delay. Bay Area, California. Okay. London, Ontario, or the UK, London? Like, are you a Canuck? Are you a Canadian? So this card says to us, the message on the back of the card says, a pool of suppressed emotions lies trapped within you, and it's time for you to release them. Allow your feelings and emotions to surface. You are safe. It's okay for you to open your heart and be vulnerable. This is a time for healing old wounds. This healing process is a blessing, not a curse. And yes, absolutely. All healing processes and our willingness to allow the process to unfold and happen in our life is a gift. It's an act of self-love that we give to ourselves. If anyone here would like me to pull a card for you before I wrap up, because I was just about to wrap up and then we got Lolly, and yay. So if you'd like me to pull a card, an affirmation card, or one of these heart and soul oracle cards, just put it in the chat and I will. And this says, help is on its way. The raging sea will soon abate, and a great light will heal your heart. This is a time of deep, profound, and positive transformation. Courage, strength, and patience are required. Absolutely. You are supported by a sea of love. Perfect. And hey, Lloyd. Wow. Hello. Welcome. So yeah, this is perfect. These two cards really wrap up everything that was shared up until this point. It's all about us showing up for ourselves in a way that allows us to present in the world in a balanced way. And it all begins at home. So there's that. Okay, Creatrix, you would like a card. So how's everyone doing on this Saturday night? It's 12:12. It's actually now Sunday morning in my part of the world on the 2nd of February. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Creatrix. I mean, again, this is just speaking of everything that's been shared. It's about our connection to nature, our ability to show up for ourselves in a way where we can go forward on our path of service in this lifetime. In this lifetime, confident in our ability to shine. It's what we were born for. What else are we here for? just to go to some job and, do our thing there, or to really go out into the world and share our heart and share our wisdom and honor the phases and stages of our life. And that's where the softening comes in our journey, right? Not allowing ourselves to become hard. And those of us who had, all of us have had a traumatic experience, personal and shared. And so by our example, by showing up for ourselves, then hopefully we step into our role as one who guides others to their very own journey that has them moving through life from this really grounded and peaceful space, like just, having fun, having fun. And we do it. I don't think I'm allowed to show all this on YouTube anymore. We do it through our physical body and our daily practice, showing up for ourselves in a way where, well, we create a space that's silent so we can hear the whispers of our heart. Hi. Oh, really? The Arizona mountains. Welcome, old medicine crow. I visited Superstitious Mountains in Mesa, Arizona. Okay, so Creatrix, I hope that message resonated. I mean, thank you for allowing me to pull for you, because I really feel it just brought the confirmation of, everything that was shared before. Yeah. Yeah, the 9 to 5 is a grind for most of us, right? Nobody's having a good time. I mean, you have to be the good time. You bring the good time, because most people are just like, it's a grind. And from my personal experience, it's like this squeeze is coming from the top. It's like trying to get more juice out of, those of us that feel it's a grind. You're very welcome. Oh, nice. All right. So Lolly would like a card. I feel our awakening is lifelong in my experience. I mean, I don't just think there's like an awakening. I'm still discovering and uncovering, new understandings. And it's really via the walk with our heart, like our healing journey, to bring ourselves into a place where we're experiencing more joy and more peace. And we're not walking around with, chips on our shoulders, and we're not, everybody's got their guards up, our shields are up. Oh. Well, call in your team of light to put that shield of protection around you. That sounds like terrifying. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. So how can you be sure there's someone stalking you? So, Lolly, this is the card. And I'm hearing, what I hear as soon as I connect with that is trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. And there is no, like, you are the receiver and you are the transmitter. Like, you are the one who takes the action in your experience. So trust where you're being guided. It's not about so much understanding ourselves. I know that's like, speaking from the perspective of my experience. As a young child, I was always, again, many of us were children of like situations that ended up in divorce. There may have been, addiction in the home. fear. So as a young child, we create all these boundaries, and we create all these it's like defense mechanisms to protect ourselves, right? And we think, like I used to think a lot. I still think a lot, not like I used to, because it's really about becoming present. And the way that have been able to get myself to this stage of life is via practicing, like working with my breath, like really just becoming more aware and more tuned in to my body and what my body's feeling. And as was said earlier, the physical pain that we feel, when we breathe into the physical pain we feel, it supports the release of the emotional pain that we have held down. And emotional pain is held in, the space between the hips, this sacral and root chakra, right down there. And this, a lot of people, um, hmm, yeah, it's terrible. So, Lolly, be patient with yourself and just stick to one thing. And perhaps it's about you figuring out, you to understand yourself better. What would help you to understand yourself better? Maybe journaling, maybe writing, just some automatic writing, whatever it is. And again, the silence, right? Like it can be at the end of the day when you get in bed, placing your hands on your belly, breathing into your belly, feeling your belly rise and then feeling it drop back, really bringing yourself into your body, away from the mental activity, because this is always it's always been what's tripped me up. And that's why grounding is so important, right? Grounding is key. And it's an easy way, by placing our feet flat on the ground, flat on the earth. It is a way to bring that energy down. And not to say that the mind is a wonderful tool, and so is the heart. And the heart is what is the intended compass, the guide in this lifetime, to support the healing that is taking place on the planetary body of Mother Earth. Yes. And so again, we've got another card here of coming into the body. And that's a very similar, it's not the same card, but it's a very similar energy to the first card. And just, healing is a day by day process. And it's all about our willingness to allow ourselves to feel what we feel, and to not like take it out on the world around us, right? This is about, the healing journey is really a journey about growing up and showing up through that walk of the merging of the divine feminine and masculine, mother and father, and the child inside of the experience. And it's within each of us. And that's why it's, one who feels like you're here on a mission in service to the greatest and highest good of humanity. And, through a loving creator, source, God, we're here on Mother Earth to connect ourselves and to reestablish a connection of our hearts. And so for those of us who have been at this for a while, it's really important right now in February of 2025, this Gregorian Universal 9 year. It's so important for us to show up for ourselves, really, really show up for ourselves, because the external wants us to remain, you know, in the loop-de-loo, or remain small, or to not shed the skin, or to not stand tall and show up and speak up and lead via inspired action, right? Allowing our passion, allowing our passion to guide our action. Our passion comes from our feeling experience, guides that beautiful tool of the brain into action. Yeah, I feel the same way. My ascendant is Cancer. I'm a Virgo sun and a Leo moon. And oh, I love how they um, always bring me back around. Another message that was coming through is it feels like this year we're really being guided when we work with the lunar energy, and particularly the sisterhood gathering within, the full illumination of the moon as well as the dark moon energy, and really working with this, because it is our ability to traverse our own shadow, which allows us to be able to traverse the collective shadow as well, and to do our work within our personal experience that supports the whole. And, again, to stand with confidence in our role in leadership, sacred leadership from the heart space. Nurturing. This is what if I could just do this all the time and it could, pay my rent and all of that good stuff, I would totally be here all the time, because this is what brings me the most joy, is sharing, and not sharing because I know better than anybody else, not at all. Sharing because, I shouldn't be sitting here sharing with you, honestly. Yet here I am. I'm still standing. I don't know why I just did jazz hands, but yeah. So Lolly, just stay the course that your heart has chosen. And you're doing great. And thank you so much for showing up here tonight. What a delight. And I hope to see you back here again soon. For everyone that's here, whenever you're seeing this, and I trust there'll be something here for everyone whenever you arrive here. Every month I do a free reading giveaway. And all you need to do is be a subscriber to the channel. And anytime you comment on any of the content, like everybody who's a subscriber here tonight, I know Creatrix is, we'll get your name in my little basket. I don't have it here right now. It's not at this setup. It's in the office. And yeah, I do the draw live here once a month. Our last winner was Elaine. I did the draw on the day of the new moon in Aquarius. And yeah, jazz hands. Do it. And that's another thing. Does anyone snap when they dance? This is a serious question. Do you snap when you dance? Like, do you snap your hands to the music when you're dancing? I'll wait. Because I do. I think it's great. I love snapping, and yet I haven't. Awesome, right? It's a way to move energy. And that's what makes us good at what we do, because we show up for ourselves in our daily life. Nice. So yeah, that's what makes us great at what we do, is because we show up for ourselves in our daily life in any way, in ways that support us to feel more comfortable in the human, HUEMAN experience. So, all right, I think I'm kind of fading now. Anyone else want a card before I? Oh, no, you know what I want to share as we're going to close out? So if anyone else here wants a card, then let me know. And if not, I would like to share something with you from a favorite of mine. And this card keeps coming out for me. Like every time I'm guided to go and pull a card, like today, just before I went to the JOB, this card came through. So rest in reason and move in passion. And this is a number 23. It's a 5, again, 5 energy, the number of change. It's also 23 since a dear soul I was blessed to be loved by in the flesh and to love in the flesh. Since the day he passed in 2018 on 12/21, this has been my number. This I was always seeing 23, 32, 32, 23 for the divine masculine. And what I'm hearing is, it's as I'm connecting with it tonight, actually, and it's for some reason what it's saying to me in this moment is that we are not dragging aspects of ourselves along that have already served their purpose and that are, not supporting our elevated, grounded state. Rest in reason and move in passion. So I'm going to share what the guidebook says, and then we're going to say good night. Reason and passion. So here's what it says. Has anyone read The Prophet? Oh, I love that little book. And the priestess spoke. Yeah. There's no going back. There's no going back. It's like, it's here. It's all here right now. And yeah, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. And I'm excited. I hope that, see you all back here next Saturday night and we connect again live. There's a whole new schedule on the channel. Each day of the week will have a playlist just for itself. Some of those days will be live. Others will be pre-recorded. I'm really excited about Whimsical Wednesday at 9:11 p.m. On Wednesday. So maybe I'll see you then. So rest in reason and move in passion. Inspired action. Inspired heart-centered action. And the princess spoke again and said, "Speak to us of reason and passion." And he answered, saying, "Your soul is oftentimes a battlefield upon which your reason and your judgment wage war against your passion and your appetite. That I could be the peacemaker in your soul, that I might turn the discord and the rivalry of your elements into oneness and melody. But how shall I, unless you yourselves be also the peacemakers, nay, the lovers of all your elements? Your reason and your passion are the rudder and the sails of your seafaring soul. If either your sails or your rudder be broken, you can but toss and drift, or else be held at a standstill in mid-seas. For reason, ruling alone, is a force confining, and passion, unattended, is a flame that burns to its own destruction. Therefore, let your soul exalt your reason to the height of passion, that it may sing, and let it direct your passion with reason, and your passion may live through its own daily resurrection, and like the phoenix rise above its own ashes. I would love you consider your judgment and your appetite, even as you would your two loved guests in your house. Surely you would not honor one guest above the other, for he who is more mindful of one loses the love and the faith of both. Among the hills, when you sit in the cool shade of the white poplars, sharing the peace and serenity of distant fields and meadows, then let your heart say in silence, God rests in reason. And when the storm comes and the mighty wind shakes the forest and the thunder and lightning proclaim the majesty of the sky, then let your heart say in awe, God moves in passion. And since you are the breath of God's sphere and a leaf in God's forest, you too should rest in reason and move in passion. So with that, I am going to sign off and say, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up here tonight. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Jazz hands, take care, everyone. See ya.